listen to this video. So today I've decided to just whisper and talk to you guys about something that I'm pretty passionate about. Something I actually just learned how to do a little over a month ago. You may have heard of it. It's called Transcendental Meditation, and it's a certain type of meditation. I'd actually done mindfulness meditation before that, guided meditation using the Calm app, and I did that for about a year. But I'd always read about Transcendental Meditation. A lot of celebrities and actually a lot of comedians I look up to use the technique, and I'd heard them talking about it and how helpful it was for their creative process. So I decided that I would give it a try and learned it back in March of this year. It's one of the few meditations where you actually have to learn the technique. It's a 4-day class. You have to learn from a certified Transcendental Meditation teacher. It's really interesting. I've really been enjoying it. I feel like it's had a pretty big impact on my life, and I think it's just going to become more impactful as time goes on. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys, in case anyone out there is interested in doing this and learning more. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it, and you've been wanting to get into meditation. So I'm just going to go over, first I'm just going to read what it is exactly, and then I'll go over a little bit of the history about Transcendental Meditation, obviously. So I'll just go on like how it came to America and stuff like that, and then I'll just talk about my personal experience with it and the changes I've seen. So I'm going to try to keep this video pretty short, so I'll get right into it. So Transcendental Meditation. The Transcendental Meditation technique, or TM, is a form of silent mantra meditation developed by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. The meditation practice involves the use of a mantra and is practiced for 20 minutes twice per day while sitting with one eye closed. It is one of the most widely practiced and among the most widely researched meditation techniques, with over 340 peer-reviewed studies published. Beginning in 1965, the Transcendental Meditation technique has been incorporated into schools, universities, corporations, and prison programs in the United States, Latin America, Europe, and India. In 1977, a United States federal district court ruled that a curriculum in transcendental meditation and the science of creative intelligence being taught in some New Jersey schools was religious in nature and in violation of the First Amendment. However, the technique has since been included in a number of educational and social programs around the world. The technique has been described as both religious and non-religious, as an aspect of a new religious movement, as rooted in Hinduism, and as a non-religious practice for self-development. Over its 50-year history, the technique has had high visibility in the mass media and effective global propagation, and used celebrity and scientific endorsement as a marketing tool. Advanced courses supplement the Transcendental Meditation technique and include an advanced meditation called the TM Siddhi program. I'm not sure if I said that right. SIDHI, Siddhi maybe, program. In the 1970s, the science of creative intelligence, described as modern science with ancient Vedic science, became the theoretical basis for the Transcendental Meditation technique. The science of creative intelligence is widely seen as being pseudoscience. So the practice of it is, the technique is recommended for 20 minutes twice per day. According to Maharishi, bubbles of thought are produced in a stream, one after the other, and the Transcendental Meditation technique consists of experiencing a proper thought in its more subtle states until its substantive states is experienced and transcended. Because it's mantra-based, the technique ostensibly meets the work definition of a concentration practice. However, the Transcendental Meditation Organization says that focused attention is not prescribed and that the aim is a unified and open attention stance. Other authors describe the technique as an easy, natural technique or process. In a wakeful, hypermetabolic physiological state, practice of the technique includes a process called unstressing, which combines effortless relaxation with spontaneous imagery and emotion. Transcendental meditation teachers caution their students not to be alarmed by random thoughts and to attend to the mantra. Scottish chess grandmaster Jonathan Rawson has said that the TM practice gives a feeling of serenity, energy, and balance, but does not provide any powerful insight into your own mind. Laura Tennant, a reporter for The Independent, said that her TM experience includes going to a place which is neither wakeful, sleeping, or dreaming, and becoming detached from my physical self. Worldwide, 4 to 10 million people are reported to be practitioners. The TM technique consists of silently repeating a mantra with gentle effortlessness while sitting comfortably with eyes closed and without assuming any special yoga positions. The mantra is said to be a vehicle that allows the individual's attention to travel naturally to a less active, quieter style of mental functioning. TM meditators are instructed to keep their mantra secret to ensure maximum results. Speaking it aloud apparently defeats the purpose. To avoid confusion in the mind of the meditator and as protection against inaccurate teaching. A selection of the mantra came from Maharishi, reported to have standardized and mechanized the mantra selection process by using a specific set of mantras and making the selection process foolproof. Professor of Psychiatry Norman E. Rosenthal writes that during the training given by a certified TM teacher, each student is assigned a specific mantra or sound with instructions on its proper use. The Maharishi said that the selection of a proper thought or mantra becomes increasingly important when we consider that the process of thought increases when the thought is appreciated in its infant stage of development. He said that mantras chosen for initiates should resonate to the pulse of his thought, and as it resonates, create an increasingly soothing influence, and that the chosen mantra's vibrations harmonize with the meditator and suits their nature and way of life. TM students are therefore given a specifically suited mantra. Author George D. Chitras writes that according to Maharishi, using just any mantra can be dangerous. The mantra for householders and for recluses differs. The Transcendental Meditation mantras are appropriate mantras for householders, while most mantras commonly found in books, such as Om, are mantras for recluses and can cause a person to withdraw from life. Former TM teacher and author Lola Williamson reports that she told her TM students that their mantra was chosen for them based on their personal interview. While sociologist Ron Wallace, religious scholar J. Gordon Melton, and Bainbridge writes that the mantras are assigned by age and gender. In 1984, 16 mantras were published in Omni magazine based on information from disaffected TM teachers. According to Chitras, TM teachers say that the promised results are dependent on a trained Transcendental Meditation teacher choosing the mantra for their students. So that's a little bit about what Transcendental Meditation is. I know that was a lot. I was just reading some information about it. But yeah, so I'll go into a little bit about the history and then I'll just talk about my own experience. So, the history of Transcendental Meditation and the Transcendental Meditation movement originated with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who is the founder of the organization and who founded the organization, which continues beyond his death in 2008. In 1955, the Maharishi began publicly teaching a traditional meditation technique learned from his master, Brahmada. Sorry, I'm probably butchering this. His master, Brahmananda Saraswati, which he called Transcendental Deep Meditation, and later renamed Transcendental Meditation. The Maharishi initiated thousands of people, then developed a TM teacher program as a way to accelerate the rate of bringing the technique to more people. He also inaugurated a series of world tours which promoted Transcendental Meditation. These factors, coupled with endorsements by celebrities who practice TM, along with scientific research that validated the technique, helped to popularize TM in the 1960s and 1970s. By the late 2000s, TM had been taught to millions of individuals, and the Maharishi was overseeing a large multinational movement. Despite organizational changes and the addition of advanced meditative techniques in the 1970s, the Transcendental Meditation technique has remained relatively unchanged. Among the first organizations to promote TM were the Spiritual Regeneration Movement and the International Meditation Society. In present times, the movement has grown to encompass schools and universities that teach the practice. It includes many associated programs offering health and well-being based on the Maharishi's interpretations of the Vedic traditions. In the U.S., major organizations including Students International Meditation Society, AFSI, World Plan Executive Council, Maharishi Vedic Educational Development Corporation, and Global Country of World Peace. The successor to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi and the head of the Global Country of World Peace is Tony Nader. So, if you were wondering, that's just some history on where Transcendental Meditation really started. In America, at least. I've read things that people were practicing this thousands and thousands of years ago, but I'm not really an expert. Like I said, I just formally learned about this about a month ago. So the way that it works is when you want to learn it, you go online, you just type in your zip code and some information about you, and then a Transcendental Meditation teacher will reach out to you and give you information about the nearest center where you can learn it, and they invite you to a free hour-long informational session. So you go in for that session and they just explain how it works. They have some videos they show you, some scientific studies, things like that. They answer any questions that you have, and then from there you can sign up. So I went to that and I signed up for the soonest class that was available after that time, because I really wanted to get started with it as soon as possible. So you sign up for the time, and during your first class, it's a private one-on-one session with a teacher, and they instruct you to bring a few sweet fruits and some fresh cut flowers, because you do a ceremony honoring Maharishi to begin the training. So I showed up with my fruits and my flowers, and you just sit in a room with the teacher, and they do the ceremony. At first I thought it was a little bit weird, but quickly it's actually really soothing, and actually gave me some tingles. And actually it was a very similar feeling to what people experience during ASMR. It was just very soothing, and I felt really at ease, and it made me all tingly. So after the teacher performs that ceremony, which is a really beautiful ceremony actually, then you sit down and they give you your mantra, and they ask you to repeat it, and you just repeat the mantra over and over, and they give you a few more instructions, which I can't go into too many details about, but it's really easy. Literally anyone can do it. I think that probably even a 5-year-old could do it. So it's really easy, and after you do it for the first time, it just feels really relaxing. It's kind of hard to describe, and it can feel different from day to day. The teacher said not to focus on how it actually feels during the meditation. You should focus more on how you feel after the meditation, because that's the results you're going for. But when I'm doing it, I kind of feel like I'm in like a wave. Like I kind of have like a little bit like of a rotation feel. Like it's kind of a weird way to explain it, but it kind of feels like my head is like the pedal of a bike that's just like spinning around slowly. So it kind of feels like that. I don't think everyone feels that, but that's my experience. And somehow it actually causes the blood in your body to go to your prefrontal cortex, which is like the thinking part of your brain. Helps with strategizing and like long-term goals and creativity and things like that. And it's actually interesting. It'll actually divert blood from your extremities. So during it, you kind of lose the sensation of like your feet and your hands. Like I always cross my hands and interlock my fingers, and I can really tell it's working when my hands just kind of feel like they melt together, which is a really interesting feeling. It sounds kind of weird, but it's actually nice. And then you do have thoughts during it. They tell you not to worry about if you think about random things. Like my teacher says, don't break up with anybody, or don't plan a business, or don't plan a move on the stock exchange during your meditation. You don't want to be like engaged in a deep thought, but if random things come up, that's normal, and you should just accept it and kind of let those thoughts come and go. But it kind of feels like a sense of being asleep and awake, and sometimes you don't really realize like how deep into the meditation you actually are until you get disturbed by something, and then you realize that you are in this deep relaxed state. Apparently it's twice as relaxed for your body and mind as deep sleep, like REM sleep, so it's really restful and restorative. You feel really good after you do it. So after the first day, which takes about an hour, you come back and meet with the other people that learned that day, and they just teach you more things about Transcendental Meditation, more about how it works, what results you can expect, like best practices and stuff like that. And those sessions take about an hour each day. And at the end of the session, you all do a meditation together. And the weird thing about it is when you meditate with other people at the same time, like in the same room, it kind of has like a multiplying effect. That's not the best way to put it, but it feels stronger. There's like a noticeable difference when you meditate with people around you that are also doing it. It just feels a lot stronger. Like I felt this when we first did it. They didn't explicitly say that, but I noticed that it felt better when I did it in the class than when I went home and did it. And on the last day of class, they mentioned that doing it together actually has a stronger effect, and they actually have like a conference call every Sunday morning that anyone can join. Thousands of people do it, and you can all meditate together, and I guess somehow it works over the phone. But my teacher was saying that you never know who's on there. Tons of celebrities do this. He says that one week when he was on there, someone on the conference call asked if Tom and Steve were ready, and they said they were. And after the meditation, he asked who Tom and Steve were, and it's actually Tom Hanks and Steve Martin. So if you join it, you can actually be meditating with some pretty big celebrities, which is pretty cool. I know that Hugh Jackman does it, Jim Carrey, Jerry Seinfeld. There's a lot of celebrities that have learned how to do it. So yeah, after you do those 4 classes, you just continue doing it twice a day, every day for 20 minutes, which sounds like a lot, but it's actually really easy to do. You do it when you first get up in the morning, and then you do it at night, usually before you have dinner, because you want to do it on an empty stomach. And actually when I was doing that Calm app, I was doing it for about 10 minutes every day, and I enjoyed doing it, and it definitely had some positive impacts. But I felt like I had to force myself more. There are a decent amount of days I missed. I'd say that I maybe missed once every 10 days. But I've been doing this Transcendental Meditation for over a month now, and and start reciting your mantra in your head, and it becomes almost automatic, and you just sit there, and it's really weird. It actually kind of changes your perception of time. Sometimes I'll be there, and I have a little timer that tells me when my 20 minutes is up. And sometimes, especially in the morning before work, I'll be worried that I somehow didn't near the timer or something, because it'll feel like I've been sitting there for an hour. And sometimes it just feels like time freezes. And I'll just like peek open my eye and look, and there'll still be 3 or 4 minutes on the timer. So it'll only be about 16 minutes, and it feels like I've been sitting there for 2 hours, which sounds bad, but the way I like to describe it, it's like taking a nap. Like, it's good that it feels longer. It's as restful as sleep, so it's just a really nice feeling. So I'd highly recommend it to anyone. It has tons of positive effects. It can like reduce your blood pressure, increases your like thinking abilities. It can help with like increase your intelligence, because it rewires pathways in your brain, and it helps, like I said, it brings blood to your prefrontal cortex. So it just helps with like determination, but I guess like resisting urges and stuff like that. It just gives you a lot more like long-term mindset instead of just like instant gratification. And one result, which I like haven't had definitive proof of happening yet, but when I was talking to my teacher, I asked him, because he's been doing it for 45 years every single day, I asked him what the biggest effect he's noticed over time, and he said about after he'd been doing it for about a year, he noticed synchronicity, which I wasn't super familiar with before, but he said he would think of things and they just kind of start to like happen and materialize in the world. Like, he would think of someone that he went to school with back in Mississippi and hadn't seen in 20 years, and later that week he'd run into them on the streets in New York, or he'd be driving around looking for a parking space and one would just open up for him. So I hope that is a result that I see. That would be pretty awesome. He said that synchronicity is how he met his wife and how he's found his jobs and all those things. And it also apparently can help you age slower, which I completely believe. When I met my teacher, I thought he was maybe in his mid-50s, and it turns out that he's in his mid-70s, and he has 5 kids. And I just would have never guessed he was that old. He's aged extremely well, and he's been doing it since he was 21, so I started at the age of 24, and I plan on doing it for the rest of my life, so I'm excited to see the results over time. He said around the 3-month mark, you should start seeing some pretty big differences, and then the 1-year mark, the 5-year mark, 10-year mark. He said it just kind of builds and builds, so I'm excited for this journey. I would highly recommend, if you're interested looking into it, maybe taking one of those classes if there's a center near you. The website is tm.org. I learned through the David Lynch Foundation. They're a big player in the TM game. They raise a lot of money to help like domestic abuse survivors and like soldiers with PTSD and other people with trauma. So the course fees go to help to pay for them for free to learn this meditation, since it can be really useful for them. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, or feel free to send me a message on YouTube or anything like that. I'd be more than happy to talk to anyone about it. I love talking about it, and I really think that if everyone did it, this world would actually be a lot better place. It's just really great. So, well, I think I've probably babbled on long enough about this, but I hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any suggestions or any feedback about how I could improve my videos, please leave a comment down below if you enjoyed or didn't like it. Give me a like or a dislike. I'm constantly trying to improve. Hopefully this video, the lighting's a little better, and I made sure my camera was more in focus this time than last time. Maybe eventually I will reveal my whole face. ASMR, I just don't know if many of my friends and family would completely understand if they knew I was doing this, so that's why I'm just a little hesitant to show my whole face right off the bat. But yeah, so any feedback would be appreciated. If you'd give me a subscribe, I'd really love that. I'm really trying to build the channel, and I hope you enjoyed, and I just helped you relax a little bit. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.